Hello from Auto Services Provider. Last week we changed on the left side of the axle and the lower control arm bushing. The only problem on Sienna or Highlander, you don't have enough space whenever they put a V6 in it, and that's why they put it engine mounts weird positions, which is Toyota design. And this is what I'm doing right now. So I have to change the axles and I have to remove this from a side because I have to remove these two 22 millimeter bolts which was over here under this mount. So difficulty is whenever you're using a lift, that's totally different thing. But if you're working as a right now at home or DIY, that's why you're looking for this video, and I'm making it after doing my experiment to make a video on it, because that is difficult for at home. Definitely it's difficult, or maybe I forget it think some of the procedures, but I'm just trying to help, and I don't want to anyone suffer what I'm doing it. So I try to lower down the subframe, but I'm doing on the one side, so it's not so much effective. But a little bit I lose it on three sides. One side I keep it. Important point, I try to remove this upper mount because you need to come up almost like a 3 to 4 inch. So for that you have to remove this cover 10 millimeter and then 40 millimeter and then 14 millimeter, and over here that's ABS wiring over here on this particular model. Different model, I don't remember it, but still let's say this is what we are working on it. So this one will be inside, so I push it backwards a little bit to make it bolt out, so it will almost come up to here to here. So you need a space for that. One point, just start whenever you're doing starting a hybrid model or any other model which looks like this one. Other model have a different sides over here, so I don't think so it will be implement like that what I'm telling it, but almost same thing. Important point is this is front engine mount, and you have to remove that bolt to pull up the engine. I mean, it should be coming up like 4 inch. If you don't remove it, that will make a not to move more than hardly 1.5 inch or 1 inch around somewhere. So once you remove that nut, it will give more leverage to, it will go up a little bit, like almost 1 inch more. So that's how you get enough space to remove or move with the breaker bar or something. You can use it whatever you have it. So push it up and just move it a little bit, because that bolt, let me see, so one is over here, one is over here, which my finger is pointing. So that will, you need to push it up, and then you can move it, because that too will be released. You can now on this position you can move it a little bit more and then push it down if you're changing the engine mount. But I'm not changing the engine mount, so I'm just focusing on where I can save my time. But in this position now a little bit you can move it, this bolt up to here, and that will give you more leverage. You can push it down. They have a notch over here, so you cannot move it easily, so you have to push it down a little bit and then you can move it. So notch is basically locking kind of mechanism. So it's make, so that 14 millimeter 1 2, let me show you that where I'm, that 14 millimeter 1 2 and 3. So I was thinking to remove that and just that will become a no. That will be another. Yeah, this one is bolt. So that is almost like a 6-inch bolt. So nope, don't try it. So best way is like right now what I'm trying to do it that whenever you are at home. Shop is totally different thing which we take more faster because we almost lower the subframe and that will make it easy. Whenever you're doing a lower subframe, remember that you have to remove this balance rod, or you will say that stabilizer bar, and that bolts over there, you have to lose it both sides. So rack, and you have to remove this rack pinion, and you can lower down the, but remember the driver side they have a lock, so you have to remove that locking nut and bolt to lower down the lower frame, because if you don't do it, that will pull up the steering rod and that will make a more mess. And remember to lock it. So that's how you do in shop. Depend on how you're doing it. Hardly if you lower down 2 to 3 inch, that will be enough. It's have enough space, but you have to lock down the upper side of the engine, and you can pull it from a little bit up from there and a little bit from down, so it will be easy. I mean, whatever the time I'm suffer it right now, if I'm doing it shop, maybe 2 hour or both side 4 hour, it can be done. That what book shows, but at home it is take more hours, definitely. So hopefully it will help you out. This video is short for taking off the axle. So this side of passenger side axle, you can see that 2 notches, that is basically lock, you have to remove it, and bottom one, that if I am able to mark it, let me show, that is the nut, maybe you can see it. So that nut is normally 14 millimeter, remove it and that axle will be coming up. So that lock and the bolt has to remove and axle will be come out. If you're lucky, then it will be coming easily. Otherwise, the center bearing of this axle or other axles which is Toyota have it, that I'm trying to get it, that center one, that is pain in. And if you stuck, then remove the complete brackets if you easily with it, depend on the engine and type, and that will be help you out to complete take it off. And in the end you will press it out or hammer it out or whatever it is, or sometimes it break because it's not like a steel one, some of them cars models, so be careful for that. Hopefully you like this video. Please share, subscribe. This is not how to do it, this is what how I am doing it, and trying to help myself and yourself. Thank you for watching. This is Shah from Auto Service Provider. Please share, subscribe. Thank you.